finds.
Can you enable my screen sharing?
Ma'am, please unmute.
Ma'am, unmuted.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'm unmuted since start only. Kindly allow me to share my screen. It is disabled.
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Ma'am, it's still disabled. Can you all see my screen? Hello? Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Namaskar and good morning to one and all. I'm representing today to speak on Microbiologist Society India as the ex-president of state of Rajasthan, MBSI. So just a second. Yep. So as you all know, microbiology, when we move towards the invisible kingdom, teaches us size is of no measure. It's a foundation of biosphere. It's a study of microorganisms. To know more about it, I would like to take a few examples of the studies that we are making. So we look into the different, there's someone who's writing. So ma'am, there's someone who's writing. Can you just disable that? So we
actually, admin is Pratmesh, ma'am, actually.
No worries.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we move into the industrial use of microorganisms where we can understand how this specific system works. Is something happening, ma'am? Something, I think so now. Okay, so we would like to look into how the microorganisms are working in the different industrial areas. So I have taken an example of the textile industries where we are working with a new technology, which is called as MBBR technology. As you see, these are our MBBR carriers and we work and we think about how the microfilms basically are formed inside it. So these biofilms, as you see, they're able to anchor to different types of other organisms. But we initially start our work with inducing certain organisms which are producing biosurfactant. I'm sorry, something is happening with the screen. So there's biosurfactants as our major producers which try to clean the solutions. And as you see, the intensity of the color decreases. We have worked with different ceramic industries using the microorganisms too. And we worked in one of the industry setup and moved up to 3 kilo liter per day capacity, that industry. And what we find out that these microorganisms have the ability to clean the water. So our microorganisms are invisible and these microorganisms are creating wonders. We also work with how their toxicity is released and how they are taken up by these microorganisms. They clean it in the sewage treatment plant also. And as you see, we have done some of the toxicity analysis and we found out that our treated water is able to clean the soil and they grow quite well. So reuse of the treated water for irrigation is again going back to the microorganism. These are the ones which are actually related to what they are doing, how they are working. So this is a society that we are speaking about who works also on innovations. So this is one of our work that we are just showing you. This is one of our patented, that patent that we have been granted on an antiviral disease. And this is looking forward for all the single-stranded RNA viruses. We also have some of other patents where we are doing a lot of work on the nanobiosurfactants. This is something that I just spoke about with the moving bed biofilm reactor. These are all our published patents from the year 2020, and we are just waiting for the system to get the first FER report. We also have another patent which is on the probiotic olive leaf fermented drinks. I'm speaking about all this because these are work which has been done on microorganisms, and how you as a student can take up your microorganisms and create certain innovations. And these innovations would be your own novel identity where you are the patent first inventors. This is another patent that we have, and this is a mask which has a certain type of an electrospun unit, and this electrospun unit is able to ward away all the antimicrobial functionality. And we have already received the FER, and it is in the process of getting a grant. So looking forward, as a microbiologist, my dear students, my dear faculty members, you can also go forward for making your own startup. And this is the startup that I have. And we also have a certificate of recognition by the Startup India portal, which is also called as the DPIIT certified startup. And then we also have incorporated this company way back in 2020. So these are all the things as a microbiologist that you can do. And you can develop your own setup and move forward and distribute, disseminate the culture, that knowledge that you have gained studying the microbiology. Looking forward, this is the major aim of the Microbiologist Society, that you need to understand what you have studied, how you have done it, and how you can teach everything to the people all over the country, where you disseminate this knowledge of microbiology. So this Microbiology Society was established way back in the year 1996 in Maharashtra, India, and the founder president was Dr. Ashok Gujar. And what we find is this is the present council. Deshmukh sir is the president. Dr. Present council, Dr. R.S. Savasti, Dr. Sapna Mukherjee. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Dr. Shilpa Jani, Dr. S. Shanmugam, Dr. Sanjeev Patankar. So Dr. Deshmukh is one of the most important person who creates such a feasible environment to hold every one of us together and disseminate the knowledge of microbiology for the benefit of the society. This is a mobile learning system. The society has been created where all the students, as I found out last year, is connected through the Telegram messenger. I believe you all must be disseminating your work through different seminars, conferences, and workshops. You would see the same type of a platform been given to you by the Microbiologist Society India. So there are more than 40 WhatsApp groups of your faculty and the different industrialists. As I showed that one of the industries that we are trying to put up. So many such startups, many such fully developed industries will be coming to you all, to the faculty, to the staff, to the students, and trying to build a industry academia interaction. And this has been very useful to establish the culture of microbiology. So there are also student exchanges. Now, these student exchanges are not only restricted to India, but also you can go to different parts of the world among the SAARC countries. Also, sir, our Professor Deshmukh sir is also going to different countries, and it is only for the benefit of the MBSI people registered people, maybe students or teachers, where they can also spread the knowledge as well as go for faculty exchange and student exchange. So, sir has been moving to different parts of the nearby countries, including ones which has been said yes in this PPT. So, there are certain international conferences also. It is not only that, only the nearby countries that I just mentioned. I remember sir telling me that he had also conducted one of the conferences in US and also in the different parts of Tashkent, Uzbekistan. Can you not hear me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's you are
My screen has gone,
no, we are visible. It is actually it is visible, ma'am.
but I can't see it. Now it's okay. The first most successful event that we had was Rangoli competition. Now, the Rangoli competition that can be done on different aspects of microbiology. You can think about immunology also, and many students all over the country they participate. We had this event last year, and then there was an event not only within the university but also in the state of Rajasthan. We can go for understanding who is the best. We can select the best in the national level also, and these all things have been done only through Microbiology Society India, where your potential is been equally recognized. Fermented food exhibition is one of the pioneer events where 96 colleges and more than 7,000 students from India has participated. We, as I showed you, we also are working on the field of wine and vinegar, and we are moving into another product that is kombucha. So you people also can do this type of fermented food exhibitions and be a part of the group. There are a large number of groups and journals from this particular society. I invite all of you to take active participation in this particular ventures and make your CV more stronger for a better opportunity. Students annual membership, if I look into it, I know there are more than 135 students units in India and abroad. You would be happy to know that last year more than 20,000 students joined the society as annual member, and we expect this number would just double this year. There are many MOUs with different institutes. The convener is Dr. Vivek Upasna. And I would add to it that if you have an MOU, there is some privileges with the NAC accreditation also. You can showcase this MOU and tell that you are also associated with such an enriching society which can handhold you and take your students ahead so that they can spread the knowledge of microbiology in different areas. The virtual classes are a regular routine. The society is regularly conducting virtual classes in microbiology, and my students have been benefited largely with all this microbiology society. Last year, we have also introduced two specific type of courses. One was based on patents and entrepreneurship, and the second one was based on the genomic analysis. And one of the industry partner of mine had handhold them, and they could learn many things which was not possible. For example, sequencing in the routine semester system classes, it was not possible, but they could learn it in that semester. So life membership is something which you do an investment for one time and you get it for your lifelong. So it's an very good investment. So I would request all the students, all the faculty member to become the life member of this wonderful society, I have benefited a lot. You all can also follow the same path. There are many life members. I often used to get telephonic calls from people from nearby countries who wanted to collaborate with me. So, my dear students, your wings can really be stronger if you can go to another country and work there. And it is only through this whole society where you can look for the life members. I would like to add to it, our website already has all the accounts of the people associated with this society as life members. So you can have an opportunity to look for those life members, check their past research avenues that they are working with, and ask for even some type of internship or long duration dissertation opportunity. So this is a wonderful platform that MBSI has provided. Each and every address of the life member is given. You can also go for some networking with the life members. I would request staff and faculty to take this advantage. The yearly schemes of these specific awareness on one of the topic, as you see, has been very clearly defined. That shows how much MBSI is resilient to spread the knowledge of microbiology. So every year there is a theme, and this theme goes for all the avenues of the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals of the UNESCO. And you can find all the goals are actually correlating with the themes. It's a wonderful place to work with such reverent people who actually tell these themes, and our students are benefited because on that theme they have a long-term knowledge. So thank you, MBSI, to speak on one theme for awareness for a particular year. There are also teachers meet, and there are every teachers meet in a particular state too. Due to COVID, some type of disturbances has been taken up, but now it is again throughout. Every year there is a MBSI coordinated conference. I also met MBSI when I went to the Udaipur conference. I hope you also take this opportunity and inculcate this habit of networking in the annual meets and the conferences. All the certification courses that I just said, like we had it on genomics, RDT technology, we had it on IPR, all the members can also make their all the courses and submit it and benefit the students with the online certificate courses. I regularly used to have my interaction with Kulkarni sir. He's very helpful. You just have to make the course and do it for your students. There are awards. Who doesn't like getting an award? So this society has lots of awards which are given to meritorious students, to scientists, to faculty, to industrialists, and also the Lifetime Microbiology Devotion Award. I was lucky to be able to nominate one of the reverend person who has been a notable identity in the field of virology, Professor H.N. Verma, who is right now also the Vice Chancellor of Jaipur National University. So you all also can keep this list in your mind when you nominate people. And the coordinators, S.D. Patil sir and Miss Abha Manpure ma'am, S.D. Patil sir really had a wonderful attitude to handhold me what to do, and how to organize it. So last year we had a very wonderful session where we felicitated the Lifetime Microbiology Devotion awardee. Calendar event is one of the most notable feature. I had been on a part of the calendar event last year. Fortunate even for me to be a part of such a distinguished particular event where each and every person knows what it is. If you look at the calendar, everything is QR coded. I would request the organizers to mute the audience. Even as you look into it, this particular event has got a session where everybody is putting their nominations for the calendar event. And as you see here, every calendar has got a unique symbol, unique identity. And one of the calendars gets recognized to be the best calendar, and their calendar is printed and spread all over. I was fortunate to able to send one of the calendar even to the governor of Rajasthan, and it was very well appreciated. Alpha mania in microbiology is a particular type of an event where it is organized to for different contributions in the schools. And I am just coming from one of the school where we are going to dissipate everything related to Swachh Bharat, um, as well as to the Atmanirbhar Bharat, as well as to Swasth Bharat. So all these things we are trying to inculcate it in these schools. As I have already said, microbiology devotion awards are given to legendary people who have contributed their best. Professor B.M. Johri sir, H.F. Daginawala sir, and many more who had been your teachers. I remember I had been an ardent reader of Daginawala sir's book. So these are some of the people whom we have already honored, and there may be many more from the society. The best student recognition is another thing which is highly motivating for our students. Last year, I could organize a huge gala event where we have recognized from each of the classes some students, and they came from other states to receive this recognition. And yes, the coordinator is Dr. Shilpi Jani ma'am. As you see, COVID warriors were always there, and these warriors have been felicitated, as well as there were 800 microbiology and biotechnology graduates to who has done work in the PCR lab. I would also like to point to the fact that in the COVID fund also, there has been a donation from the Microbiologist Society, and we can also keep this trend where we can ask some of the donation for whosoever for this type of calamities. We Microbiologist Society has donated 61,000 to the CM's fund. So I think so you can get an idea till now, whatever I have said, that time has created an history for the Microbiologist Society, and no domain has been left unturned. Microbiologist Society has been doing wonders. To know about this particular society, please contact the President of Microbiologist Society, Professor A.M. Deshmukh. Thank you, everybody, for your patient hearing. Myself, Dr. Moshmi Devnath, is for you all for any questions. Thank you. Any questions?
Students, you have any query?
Any questions? Okay, thank you, everybody, then. Over to you, ma'am. You can please continue.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for
Thank you.
the guidance. Now invite our second speaker, Professor Dr. Prashant Pakte, sir. In charge director, Swami Ramanand Tirth, Marathwada University, Parvani, Maharashtra. Sir, kindly guide our students.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. At the onset, let me congratulate the Rajasthan unit for bringing such a kind of program for the students, particularly those who are newly joining this subject. Friends, question is that why microbiology society is trying to arrange throughout India such kind of activity. We said it as an induction program or something else. Some parts called it as orientation. Why there is a need? Why we are going for such kind of activities for students? Friends say when we join subject like microbiology, we have certain understandings we have, but India is changing. We are changing. Subject is developing, and we have to understand when we introduce ourselves as a new entrant in this field that what is the stand today one should have to understand the subject which is required to be. In my observation today, when we have started learning, the time we used to learn it as a faculty of science. We were the student of science when we entered ourselves in this domain of microbiology 40 years. Before that, when the subject started, no, we considered that this is the field of medicine. Then it has been shifted to the science. And today, if I'm correct, in NEP 2020, the subject is being taught in the field of science and technology. And today, there are many technology institutions, there are many engineering colleges, which also open the departments of biology where we learn subject, segment of a subject for engineering student as cell as a machine, cell as a tiny machine, right? So we have to use these tiny machines for the betterment of the students. I hope that you all will allow me to calmly and quietly. Please mute them, those who are disturbing me. I request the organizer that please mute them. Because when somebody is talking, it's highly impossible for me to check. So thank you. So what I was saying that today the subject has changed from science to technology. And therefore, as an entrant in the subject, normally what happens, when the student gets admission at the course, the mindset should be very clear. That if I asked any student, those are many students here, I am around. Yeah. So the approach is like that. We don't have to learn mathematics. We have to don't want to learn a mathematical or physical program. And therefore we opt for biological sciences. And then again we go for microbiology. Today, you see, there is a multidisciplinary approach in the NEP 2020. And therefore, I request all of you, when you go for the subject of microbiology, you be accept that you are a student of engineering and technology. Because this is the only subject. When you do masters in this subject, this allows you to go for a GATE. That is Graduate Aptitude Test of Engineering, which will allow you to complete MTech in beautiful technology institutes in India abroad. If you go to United States, you see today, if you want to learn the subject, you have to join a polytechnic. You have to join engineering college. So my first point is this, that as a orientation program, induction program for the student, approach towards looking the subject needs to be changed. We are the students of engineering. We are the students of technology. Learn cell as a machine and try to use this machine for the betterment of the society. This is my first. Second is that in the view of national education policy, today we have to adapt ourselves to our own interests. You have to identify your own abilities. You have to understand where you are more happy. Earlier, it was not like that. You now go and select your combinations of subject which will help you in developing your skills, developing your innovation skills, and which is very, very important. And the new education policy will allow you to combine your subject with beautiful orientation, develop your career. So be careful. When you choose, don't see and just do the copying some your friend is doing. So you're also choosing that particular combination. So your major if is you're opting for a micro.